Well, one of the biggest stories from the Premier League this weekend has been Arsenal getting their first defeat of the season, after which Mikel Arteta was absolutely furious with how things turned out and why it was a loss for Arsenal.
You have to talk about how the hell this goal stand up, and it's incredible. I feel embarrassed, an absolute disgrace that this goal is allowed. It's an absolute disgrace. It's so difficult to compete at this level, and it's an absolute disgrace. Again, I feel embarrassed. I've been more than 20 years in this country, and this is nowhere near the level to describe this as the best league in the world. I am sorry. I don't care, honestly. I don't care what they say. It's the outcome. It's too late. Whatever they say is too late. It's simple. It's not a goal. Simple. It's too hard, this league. It's too hard. It's too much at stake. It's embarrassing. I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick to be part of this.
Well, Arsenal have put out a statement backing their coach, saying Arsenal Football Club wholeheartedly supports Mikel Arteta's post-match comments after yet more unacceptable refereeing and VAR errors on Saturday evening. PGMOL urgently needs to address the standard of officiating and focus on action which moves us all on from retrospective analysis, attempted explanations and apologies. We support the ongoing efforts of Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb and would welcome working together to achieve the world-class officiating standards our league demands. Stevie, your reaction to this?
Well, I've got to laugh. I really do. I agree with Arteta that it shouldn't have been a goal. But the way he comes out and starts talking about embarrassment and disgrace and using all these words, he's got a very short memory.
Why is that, Steve?
Because I'll tell you why, and I'm going to read this because I don't want to make a mistake. He came out on October the 6th and said, they are trying to make the best decisions. We need to understand that sometimes mistakes happen.
And why is that date?
What happened to that guy?
And why is that date important, though?
Oh, wait a minute. I think it was around one of his challenges, Liverpool, not getting a goal that was onside. But he was very cool and calm. Oh, leave the referees alone. They're trying to do their best. Sometimes there'll be mistakes, but you know what? That's the way it goes. Aye. What happened to that? Disgrace.
Embarrassment.
Embarrassment. Yeah, come on. Give yourself... I'll tell you what, he should be more worried about his team. There was things that happened with his team that he needs to be more worried about. Instead of trying to blame the referee.
Still had as big a problem with him if he'd have been this furious about it.
No, I think you could have... It's easier to accept, having been in a position straight after a game where you know you've been hard done by, then you absolutely let it out. But you can't have it both ways. You can't, when one of your biggest rivals absolutely gets a punch in the nose, and you try and you go on the side of the referees and say that, well, they're trying to do their best. Sometimes it happens. You cannot then go the other side of the fence and start calling it a disgrace. I'm sorry. You don't get to play both sides.
Jan?
But this is what football do to us. I mean, I've been with you guys for 3-4 years. We are like this in the studio. This is what football do to us. There is no rational. Of course, he did say that in October. Was that right? No. In retrospect, no. Because we know that boy in the backyard who always said it afterwards, what we should have done. We know that guy. But I think that is more to address what Arsenal did today with that official statement. Because I think that people can somehow understand Arteta losing it after the game, because that is the part of our game. We are losing it. We have always done that. We have all four of us. I mean, we've always lost it sometimes. I'm not sure that the right thing is to formalize that, because after a game is passion. I've been interviewing Arteta many, many times. Arteta is a guy who tried to be the proper guy. He tried to say the right thing. He tried to protect his team. It's the same in Germany now with Tuchel, tried to protect his team, and maybe his communication strategy is not the best. But the thing is that when we're discussing all these kind of things, if VAR yesterday couldn't see if the ball was out, then they shouldn't do anything. It needs to be clear and obvious. The free kick, I'm 100% with you, Stevie. And with all they've said that it's a free kick, I think it's a free kick, but they didn't do that. And then you can go back to the October statement of Arteta. But I'm more worried about that official statement from Arsenal. I don't like that. I didn't like it when Liverpool did it, although I have to say by Liverpool it was something different because there was a big mistakes in terms of technical issue at VAR. So that can also be discussed. But I think that they should have stopped yesterday with Arteta. Will he be fined? Will he be suspended? I guess so. But that's what football do to us. We just lose it.
It does continue on with that whole statement having to be made, Arsenal coming out and backing their coach after this.
I don't know what the need is for the club come after the manager and sort of double down on the disgrace, embarrassment sort of narrative and rhetoric. I don't think this helps the situation at all whatsoever. And first and foremost, it doesn't give you the 3 points. It doesn't do anything for the result. It doesn't change the realities of your team. And to your point, Stevie, it doesn't change some of the struggles that Arsenal have had. And it doesn't change the decision that Arteta himself made about changing goalkeepers. That's a decision he made. The PGMO had nothing to do with that decision. He made that decision himself. And now he has to live with it. But it's easier to take this down the path of the world is against us, VAR is against us, referees are making embarrassing calls, it's not a goal, and so therefore we talk about that and we don't talk about then Arsenal and their struggles
but do you think,
and their shortcomings. I think this is classic. As passionate as it may have been, this is classic Camp DE-FLECTO. We're going to take that onto the referees. Let's not talk about my team.